Heyo, here we are back on Mars. We just finished setting up the beginnings of our base. Now what we're gonna do, day 4, is we need to get some food growing. We need to do some mining. We need to set up some automation. We're getting low on power there, so let's swap these guys out. All right. This is our hydroponics supplies, so we're going to start setting that up. Thinking we'll put it over here, so we're going to need to put down some hydroponics trays so we can start growing some potatoes and such. There's our grow light. 1, 2, 3. So if we put the power over the 4th hydroponics kit, it will go 3 left and 3 right. So in future expansions, now we can cover these 3, these 2, and 2 more. Now we just got to wire that up. Question is, do we have any wires? I got to open up some of my tabs here. We have 8. Not as many as we would like, but enough to get started. Looks like we're going to have to make some more. All right, well, let's zip outside. We also need to get our power up and running too. We're a little low on power. In the morning, we'll go do some mining. So we're going to need to get some specialized metals so we can make some alloys. Get some cables going. We just have the 1 solar panel, so we're going to need some more solar panels as well. Basic solar panels, we just need a little more iron. Do we have any more iron? We do. We'll get a few more of those going so we can kind of get our power up to snuff. I think that's enough cables for now. I think that's all we can make anyway. I think we're out of copper. Let's go inside, make sure I wired those up correctly. All right, we should be getting power now. Yep, we are getting power. That's good. Oh yes, we were in the middle of wiring up our grow light. I'm just going to turn the game volume up a little bit. Okay. Let's go do some mining. I was not going to show the mining because it's kind of boring. However, it is a terrain update, so it's kind of the whole purpose. Okay, that's charging, that's charging. Okay, we got some power. We're good on food and water for now. I was going to bring that, but there's not much room in it.
Power low.
Alright, let's go see what we can get. We need basically everything, but we would like to get some silver and gold so we can get some electrum going. And I would also like to get some lead and some nickel so we can start working on advanced alloys as well. I have to say this new terrain is much smoother to mine in. I love these little colors to show you where the ore is. You don't have to just randomly dig. Just gonna run this back to the base real quick. No point in carrying a whole bunch of copper on me. There's some gold. Get that later. Ah, there's some nickel. That's good. I'd like to get 100 of this if I could, because I believe it's used in Constantan and Invar, I believe. I think one's with iron and the other's with copper. And we need both of those. Alright, there's a fair amount. Well, we do need gold. need some iron and some coal so we can make some steel, so we can make a station battery. That should really be our next priority. So I think once I get a little bit of gold, I think we have gold at the base actually. I'll just grab 50 here. There we go. So I think what we'll do is we'll head back. We need 150 iron. Maybe we could get lucky and get 3 stacks of iron right here. And that'll be our steel start. We may have the coal at the base. If not, we can run out and get some. Can always use more iron. Okay. How much coal do we have? 50. Alright, let's see if we can do some steel. Though I might wait till nighttime so we don't melt our ices. Getting a little cramped for space in here. What's the temperature? Oh, it's 0. Okay. So let's put this away. Since it is 0, we'll grab our iron. And our coal. I have it heated up anyway. Grab some volatiles and some oxide. Okay, and let's get this furnace fired up. So we're closed. Nothing in. There's our import. There's our output. So let's open up this guy and this guy. We're going to bring these over here. This allows us to simply select one at a time. It's a 2-to-1 ratio of volatiles to oxide. So we're going to put in 4 volatiles. Get that going. 2 oxide. Get that going by pressing the activate button. You can see now that we've got some temperature. And then we're going to keep the door closed and put in our iron. I believe we need this to be above 800 to get steel. When this light goes green, we're good. And there's our steel. Do a load of copper. Do some more iron. Finish off the copper. Much faster than the old arc furnace, that's for sure. the gold going. Okay, so let's just have a look. Invar. It is ore, iron and nickel, but it needs a really high pressure. And then constant 10. Nickel, also a really high pressure. So we're not there yet. Oh, we're close. Oh, that's not the button I wanted to press. 1K. So this was a new thing I've learned, is that they put Celsius on here as well as Kelvin, which is a nice change. Anyway, we don't need to worry about that right now. What we want to do is get a station battery. So let's see what we need to make a station battery. Battery kit. We need gold, copper, and steel. Well, there's some copper. There's our steel. All right, so we're going to just put all this gold in. And there's our station battery. Now, last time I was talking about putting up this guy. I do want to put my station battery inside because batteries don't like the cold. I just got to find the best place to put it. So my input power is here. I could put it there. That's my input power. I'm also going to need to make heavy cables. We're not going to need that heat, but I do want to make solder at one point, so I'm just going to leave that in there to cool down, because for solder we need cooler temperatures. So what I'm going to do is let a little of this out. See, there it goes. You can tell by the white, what people call wishies. The reason I'm letting this out is I'm reducing the pressure inside the furnace, which will allow the gas to cool quicker.
Power low.
We need to get that down to a certain temperature for solder. We have to find lead first, though, which we don't have any at the moment. So how's this coming along? Oh, almost done. Good. Okay, now I need to make heavy cables. And I also need to make steel sheets to make this. So I want to put the battery here. That's going to be my input. There. The station battery would be nice because it'll allow us to store power during the day. I think I'm just going to hit this on just for a bit to give us a little power edge. How much fuel we got? Oh, we got lots. So turn that on. Just give our power a little extra juice. I'm going to have to change out all those cables. The reason I'm changing out these cables is because this battery can provide much more power, and it will blow the lighter cables because they can't handle as big a circuit. Alright, so what I'm going to do is print one more to get off that 0.5 number, but I need my steel quickly. Which is in here. I need some steel sheets for that battery. I think it's 2. Print off 4 just so I have extra. Get some more heavy cable going. And then I have to swap out all the cables up here, which will actually be easier to do inside. So let's go inside. See how we're doing. Alright, so I want to that's the one I want, yep. And so I didn't have any power coming in because I didn't have it hooked up. Well, lessons learned. You know what? I don't like that. Okay, so now if I weld this guy up, well, we're gonna get a temperature spike in here if I do it in here, but can't be helped.
Temperature critical. Toxin detected.
Oh yeah. What do we got for toxin, I wonder? Let's see. So I probably got toxin in my suit now, so I gotta flush my suit.
Oxygen critical.
And then I want to see what we got in here, but my atmospheric card is outside, I think. We didn't end up welding? Oh, screwdriver. Okay, so that battery is now going to get power. And I want to change these cables while the sun is still fresh in the sky. Okay, so that should be all of our input cables. Turn this guy off. So why? Oh, because the battery is drawing power. Now this is my output of my power. So where do I want to hook that up? That goes there. So I want all my input to come into my battery, which means I don't want this to be my pill. So I want the output to go to there. Probably need some more cables, but do I have power? I do. Okay, so cables, heavy. That should be enough. Just gonna supplement my power while I build up that battery. What I can do is disconnect this temporarily, take this fuel canister, find the striped lines, pop it in there, fill it up, then reconnect this so it doesn't disappear on me, and pop this back in here. That's going to charge the big battery. All the inputs are leading to that big battery. Gotta get inside before I run out of power. And then I need to connect my output of the little battery, sorry, it's the station battery, to there. Now we're getting power. So power's coming in from the inputs. Into the battery. I don't need that in there like that. So my inputs are my solar panel and my
Power low.
fuel generator and my solid fuel generator. So that's all the inputs coming there, going into the input of the battery, which is there. Now I've hooked this through here up to the top of the input of the area power control, and then the area power control runs everything else. All right, so now we're in good shape. Now, let's see what we got going on in here. Inside. Need a battery. So just a little pollutant. So I should be able to breathe in here, yes? Excellent. So let's get a drink. We have some food. How are we on food? I think we have lots. Yeah, we're doing well on food. And there's our bags of food. Can't remember if I have an open cereal bar somewhere. So we'll just eat this for now. We'll put the extra over here so we know where it is for future. Okay, so we've been going for about 35 minutes now. We're getting some power. Maybe I'd go grab a little coal. Slap on the coal generator. Just to top up our power before the sun disappears over the horizon. Well, there goes the sun over the horizon. We'll do a quick circuit. Oh, what's this? Gold. I don't need gold. Oh, I do need lead though, since we're here. Might as well grab it. We need lead because we need to make solder, so we can make IC chips, housings, so we can do programming for our lights and various other automated things that we need in the future. Alright, so we got a bit of lead there. Just want to make sure we don't get lost. Well, I don't see any coal in the immediate vicinity. But while we're out here, that solid fuel generator should be charging up the battery. Oh, there we go. I don't need much. And we may even have cooled down the furnace enough to make our solder. So I think what I'll try to do here is just get a stack of 50 coal. And if I can get like just like 20 more, then that'll be good enough to charge up that battery for us. But I think we might be out. That's okay. We'll head back to base. $581. Solder. 550 Kelvin. Lead and iron. Of course. We don't have 50 iron. Well, we can probably fix that. Iron, we have 56. Need 50. Stacker, 10 iron. So we're gonna need to make a stacker. Alright, see, now we're getting some power in here. Hook this stacker up. So this stacker allows you to basically do what it says, stack material or split material. So I want exactly 50 iron and 50 lead, but I don't have 50 iron. I have 42 and 46. But you see, I can't combine these two. So if I put it in here, and I turn this up to 50, and then I put both chunks of iron in there, it will spit out a stack of 50. And then leftover, whatever the leftover is. Then I have 50 lead and 50 iron. So we can make our solder, which we need 550. We're at 563, but the lead will probably cool it off, I hope. Let's see. Yep. And then this has already been smelted, so it shouldn't cool it off too much. So that should give us our solder. And there we go. We got 50 solder. Okay, let's pick up all our ores. I should say ingots, not ores. Alright, sort of organized, not really, but enough for now. We really need another one of these lockers. Anything in here? No. Anything in here? No. Anything in here? What is her temperature at? Okay, so that's low, so that's fine. Just gonna put another locker here. Of course, every time backwards. That's why I should check. Alright, there. And I'm gonna move my ores over here. Ingots and ores over here. So I can see what we have at a glance. Okay, now I have room for other things like this. And that can go there. This can go here. That can go there. All right. What are we up to? 46 minutes. All right. Now, we're good. We got a station battery. It's full of power. We've got power coming in. Our batteries are full of power. Good, because we're low on power. Now this should be charging up from this. And the sun is coming up, so those will charge up from the sun. This will catch the early morning sun. This will catch the sun throughout the day. I don't have anything catching the sun in the evening. I could modify this one to do that. By propping it up this way, but then the power is going to be wrong. So we're not going to do that. We'll just capture sun throughout the day with it. So 160 watts, 0 watts, 0 watts. It's also kind of in the shade, but it's good enough for now. We can add more power later. Plus, we're going to upgrade. Actually, I wonder what it takes to make proper solar panels. We have steel, solar panel kit, gold, copper, steel. How much copper do we have? 25. Guess we made a lot of cable. We can make a couple. Steel, gold, make a couple of those. Any copper in the immediate area. Cool, for next time right there. What's this? Well, we need that for our electrum. So, since we're out and about, we need electrum and solder so we can make electrical components so we can automate our stuff. So since we're here and it is our next target of opportunity, we're going to see how much we can get. 50 would be nice. We've got our goal. See if we can get a little more. It has various other purposes. You can use it to heat up your furnace if you need to reach a higher temperature, which we may need to do when we're making the advanced alloys. Actually, the mid-tier alloys. I think to make the advanced ones, we need the advanced furnace, which would make sense. All right, so there we go. We've got some silver. I was hoping to find more copper. Look at that, more copper. So we haven't got into anything major with the update, except obviously for the terrain. We will start to come across some things in the update soon, I'm sure. IC editing is apparently different. We did see, obviously, that they added iron. Really? We're out of iron? See, told you can always use more iron. Helps if you're on the right device. Later on, I'm going to move all these solar panels onto their separate bank over here. But for now, we'll just hook these bad boys up and get some sun going. So we're good for power right now, I think. Glass sheets. 10 of those, that's good. Need some probably more cables though. We don't have enough heat in here. Maybe I can sneak it in quick. That's enough for now. A few more heavy cables, and when we got some temperature in here, let's do this copper. Electrum. What do we need for electrum? Pause the game quick. Electrum. There we go. We need 800 to 2.4 megapascals of pressure. What are we at? Oh, we got lots of pressure. Okay. Where's my gold? Do I have 50 gold? I do. 50 gold, 50 silver. Put that through quickly just to get it out of the way. Let off a little pressure. 600. Okay, so we're good. So if I put this silver in, and then I put this gold in, boom, we have electrum. Excellent. 100 silver, 100 electrum. Pressure's not horrible. That's enough cable. Okay, that should solve our power problems. Get one of these to do the morning sun, I think. So what I can do is with the wrench, I can manually change the angle. And the rotation. So I'll get a little morning sun. Now we get a little evening sun and throughout the day sun. So we should be good now for power. Okay, so let's see. What? Oh, we got some more cables here. Might as well pick those up. All right, so we're in good shape for now. We ran through all of our iron, but that's okay. We've got, and our gold. We have a little bit of copper left over. I'll take that inside just in case I need it. So we need to get some more basic materials, but we did use them pretty good. We got a stacker going. We got our station battery going, which now has lots of power. We put up extra solar panels, so we've addressed our power issues. We're still doing okay for food and water and oxygen. So I think next time we're going to need to get our food growing, and we're going to need to do some automation. Make sure my power is all hooked up to the satellite or solar panels. I don't know why I call them satellites. Okay, and I guess we can leave that there. I was worried, I was thinking about putting the battery here, but this is a good spot for the battery. Let's put these cables away. We can put our, oh, you know what? I'm gonna see, since we have a lot of power and some materials, in my uniform, I want to put a portable light. And then after that's made, I want to make a bigger battery. So the portable light, although it's a giant light, can go in your suit. Then I can grab this battery here, put it in my portable light, and now I can turn off my suit light, which saves my suit battery, and it uses less power, I believe. And then when I take my suit off, I'll still have a light. So I can put this guy in here, put that guy in there, close this door, and this is charging up. And now I see I have this warning here. My hygiene is decreasing because my suit and helmet is on. So if I take my suit and helmet off, I still have light because my portable light. Drink some water. Eat a cereal bar. Okay, so I think we're in good shape. We got to get our food going. Let's see, in here. We got a little bit of pollutant. We have 58 moles or 76% oxygen, a little bit of nitrogen, and some carbon dioxide, 14%. So that's enough for food. Actually, what we can do is put this guy back on briefly and empty our waste tank in here. A little more carbon dioxide in the air. Which the plants need, right? The plants need the carbon dioxide. We could start growing plants now, but I want to automate the grow light, which I need to do with IC housing. And I need to make a computer and all that stuff. And that's a task, I think, for next time. Okay, so that's automated. I don't think we're going to need to automate the battery anytime soon, but since we're here, we'll just plug it in. That's already good. That's good. Power is good. All right, so station battery, done. Power reorganized, so we're not like, charging off one. So the way I have it is all the inputs are up there. They come into this station battery. This station battery charges all the other things. I have this battery here for emergency in case the power suddenly disappears and I need to open the airlock. I've got some backup batteries to be able to function the airlock. Grow light, you can see it works. Okay, and we should have water in there. We do. And water in here, we do, so we're good. Our water is not a big issue right now. So we're gonna get our food going. We're gonna get some automation going. What's the temperature in here? It is now 21 degrees in here. We got to get this hooked up. How do we have this set up? Waste, output, input. So we're gonna use a passive vent here, maybe a passive vent on the wall here. I might have to move this guy out of the way. Because I want to hook up my pipes and stuff over there. All my pipes are outside. So what I'm planning on doing is put like a vent here, run this over, and then run a pipe up the wall, fill it full of gas, And then that way I can dump the waste heat from here. It's going to pull in the air from here, this room, in the input. It's going to pump out the cold air into this room to keep the temperature cold. It's going to pump the heat into this pipe, which is going to run up here and up through the ceiling and out into the atmosphere. And then I'll put some radiators on that, so at nighttime when it's cold out it will release the heat, and that will keep this room air conditioned. And I just got to hook up power, which I can run from there to back there. Alright, so that's what we'll do next time. We'll get the AC going, we're going to get our food going, we got to do a little more mining so we can get some basic resources. But other than that, I think we're in good shape. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Any comments, if you think I did anything wrong or foolish or, you know, whatever, I'm happy to listen. I certainly am not an expert at this game, nor an expert at streaming. So we'll see you next time, and have a good day.